Say if you was to walk into an office right now, you know, with a whole bunch of corporate America people, how would you talk in there, Can you switch? Can you switch it up?
Yep. I sure can. How you doing there, Michael? Great to see you today. Absolutely. It's good seeing you. It's been a while. I like the tie. Tie's great. Absolutely. Are there Argyle socks or what? Where you get those from? K&G's? I know you've been to K&G. Hey! It's good seeing you. Howdy. Trying to tell you. Absolutely. Hey, you seen that hockey game? What a game.
Code switching, necessary for survival, or are you being fake? That's what we're going to be discussing today. Let's get into it. But first, what is code switching? According to Google, code switching is the practice of alternating between two or more languages or varieties of language in conversation. Me personally, I would define it as changing up the way you act, speak, or behave in order to be more accepted from those around you. So why would someone do this though? Now, maybe you've grown up in an immigrant household like me, who grew up Nigerian, Yoruba specifically, and maybe whenever you get on the phone with certain family members, you switch up the way you speak in order to sound more Nigerian.
Hello, mommy. Yes, no, I'm just hanging out with my friends. No, we're just talking about Bible study and everything that we're going to do.
Or same thing if you grew up in a Hispanic household insert any immigrant household. You tend to switch up the way you speak in order to be more accepted by certain family members. Or dare I say, try to speak your native language. Yeah, that same language that they didn't bother to speak. Yeah, that same language that they didn't bother to teach you, but now criticize you for not knowing as an adult. Because my parents never taught me our language, Yoruba. And growing up, it was almost like they were using it as a secret code to speak amongst themselves and keep me and my brother out of the loop. And I get it to a degree. You know, you don't want kids to be hearing grown folks' conversation, but at what cost? And so some of us code switch in those situations because we want to feel more accepted by our family. We want to feel more accepted by our own people. Because deep down, it's human nature to want to feel a sense of belonging. Now, I'm no evolutionary psychologist or biologist, but I'm pretty sure that it has something to do with survival. Whereas in prehistoric times, where we were more likely to survive if we stuck with the group. We were more likely to survive with the community, with the tribe. And so in those times, being casted out of the group, not being accepted by the group was a death sentence because you're not likely to survive on your own. You're more likely to survive with your tribe, with others around you. You get it? Is doing so truly necessary to get ahead in life? So I'm from PG, and growing up, I spoke a certain way. And it wasn't until I got to college for the first time. I went to Bucknell University, middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania, PWY. So, you know, rich white folks. Right. And so when I first got there, no one could understand me. So I was forced to kind of change the way I spoke so I could be understood. And in a way, that is kind of a code switch in and of itself. And so not necessarily to be more accepted by them, but just so I could just be understood, because I was tired of repeating myself when speaking to my fellow classmates, etc. So now let's talk about housing. Would you code switch in order to gain opportunities and better access to housing?
My mother taught me at a young age. I had a story in there where she had two voices, though. You know, she had the voice at home, and then we went out to work. She had the other voice. And I think as African Americans, we all have that. You got to switch it up. And so the code switching, thank you. But I was trying to explain to him, like, my mother, when we went to go, she was on the phone. I remember the phone conversation, talking to this guy about a house rental. We used to rent this small 2-bedroom apartment. And the guy approved the rental. Like, yes, it's available to you. She took my brother and myself with her to see this, to get the house. And so we pulled up, knocked on the door. He answers the door. He's like, "Can I help you?" She was like, "Yes, I'm the lady you spoke to on the phone." But her voice, he couldn't tell what it was. The house is not available. So from that moment, like I understood like how the world works. Like, whoa. And I'm like 9 years old. Like, who understands that at 9 years old? And like, it's just like what you're saying. It's like, how low can you go what can you lose when you don't have anything to lose?
In this clip, Andre Iguodala is talking about how his mom had to code switch in order to get the landlord to give her the even opportunity, to even give her the chance for an apartment. Because I'm sure we all have heard about redlining by now, which is the historic practice of real estate agents marking up maps in suburban and urban and inner city areas in order to redline in certain areas of different cities to confine Black and brown people to certain neighborhoods. And so is it code switching if it meant better access to housing for you and your family? And then we have code switching at the workplace.
Hi, Miss Johnson. What brings you in today? Absolutely. Yeah, let me just pull up your account real quick.
I remember calling my dad at work. My parents are from Jamaica, but I would call him and he would answer it. He'd be like, hello?
Use your white voice.
Man, I ain't got no white voice.
Oh, come on, you know what I mean. You want to make some money here? Then read the script with a white voice.
When people say I talk with a white voice anyway.
Well, you don't talk white enough. I'm talking about the real deal. Like this young blood.
Hey, Mr. Kramer. This is Langston from Regal View. I didn't catch you at the wrong time, did I?
Hi, how are you?
I can't wait to see you in these corduroys.
Oh, you're gonna make me blush. And you might not see it.
May I help you, sir?
Hello, fellow person of color. How's it going today? What's going down?
What are you doing with that girl?
What girl?
That girl.
Oh, the white woman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm undercover. And sometimes when you go undercover, you have to do things you wouldn't normally do, no matter how difficult, how dangerous, how good it might have felt.
Do you have any dickies? Because I couldn't find them.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Perhaps we're all sold out. Oh, that's too bad.
A recent study came out and said that white-sounding names will get way more callbacks for job applications than black-sounding names. So if your name is Jamal or LaQuisha Jones, you're going to get less callbacks than someone if your name was Connor or Tanner, Brad. Just like in the beginning of the video, they've already established that they already look down upon us as soon as we even walk through the door. They automatically assume that we're incompetent, unintelligent, and not able to perform the work. They assume that we're lazy. The list goes on. Because at the end of the day, these environments weren't made with us in mind. So we got to do what we got to do in order to survive. So for some of us, it's a means of survival. Definitely comment down below if you code switch and how it looks like for you.
You only code switch when you're not in a position of power. Elon Musk can curse on TV and it's okay. What I thought might have been a disadvantage was actually a superpower, and that's actually helped us, is that there's millions of people that actually talk like I talk and relate to how I communicate as opposed to how somebody else communicates. Those people were left out of the conversation for a long period of time. So never run away from who you are, embrace who you are, because that's actually a superpower. Now, you do have to be intelligent, and it is important to have a strong mastery of the language that you speak. So, it's like you don't wear a jumpsuit to a wedding. It's just common sense. So how you communicate in a barbershop might not be how you communicate.
That's I don't know.
Just a matter of just knowing how to communicate properly, not necessarily code switch. I don't like code switching. I'll never code switch. When you're black, you have to deal with a variety of different things that other people don't have to deal with or don't worry about. So for us, we have to be articulate enough to be respected at the highest levels of finance, to be here, right? But we also have to be edgy enough to still be likable, appealable, and relatable to the masses. So it's important to keep relatability. It's important to be able to communicate to the masses while still having your integrity and being able to move up the ladder.
Thanks for watching.